Brad, just your thoughts on tonight's game as a whole.
Yeah, you know what? I thought we had a pretty good first period. A little bit dry on the power play, but they clicked in the first period with a couple of goals, and that was key. It gave us momentum, and I thought it was a good start by us. Second period, got a little bit loose. Had the lead, got a little bit loose. We talked about it after the first period about keeping our foot on the gas and doing the things that you have to do with a team that's going to push. And I thought we just got a little bit loose. And then the third, it was reassuring to know that we got back at it again, played our style of game, and I thought we did a pretty good job in the third.
What did the power play do that you liked tonight?
More direct. We talked about it earlier, on Wednesday about, being more with a purpose, intentional, having net front, having a shooting mentality, and moving pucks quick. And I thought they were a lot sharper and got a couple looks and made a couple of good shots.
What did you think of how the D played tonight? Obviously a unique night for them and how they're mixing and matching.
Yeah, no, I thought Dylan Simpson did a good job of putting guys out there and setting guys up for success. Anytime you got Keaton Pearson out of the lineup, Bennett Zamolik out, you got some guys dinged up a little bit. It's nice to know that other guys come in and do a job. I thought Nate Benoit did a really good job as a young guy. I know he's played a little bit early on, but Tanner Komzik hasn't played at all, and I thought he did a good job. And then we needed Monty up front, and Monty played a couple of shifts. But, I think that's the thing is, we preach so much, at the start of the season when everything's perfect, everybody's healthy, everybody's available, that the guy's not playing, you got to be ready to go, and you got to invest in yourself every day, be ready. And it sure paid off tonight. A lot of guys came in, and I thought they did a good job because that's a tough team to play against. They're a hard, heavy team. They play fast, and they're a little bit older team, and we needed our young guys and our guys that didn't get a lot of ice time tonight step up.
Is there any chance Bennett could play tomorrow, or is that?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think he was real close. He's been skating the last couple of days. He was real close. So again, another 24 hours, we'll see where it's at, and he's got a warrior mentality. If he could play, he would, and I think he's getting close. And, we'll see tomorrow where it lies and see where everybody else is at.
And same with Carson Albrecht. Is he?
Yeah, that was more of not a physical injury. That was more of a sickness or an illness kind of thing. So again, hopefully he feels better tomorrow. And, again, like Carson Albrecht is a warrior as well. And for him not to finish the game, it says he was a little bit sick here. So hopefully he can get some water, replace some fluids, and get some hydration and nutrition in him, and maybe get after it tomorrow here.
And Pike is.
Yeah, I think he blocked a couple of shots there, and again, when it went to 6-2, it was. I think we just said, hey, let's save him a little bit and see if we can get some other guys out there.
I think we went through all of them now. It's taken a while.
Yeah.
Did you ever think Hunter Johannes would be your leading scorer after, say, 5 games?
Yeah, well, probably didn't think it early on, but you know what? When he came in here and he played in Lindenwood last year, he scored against all the good teams. He scored against us, Denver, Minnesota. He scored against a lot of really good teams, so it's not surprising. The other thing that's not surprising is his work ethic and how he plays so fast, and he makes other teams turn pucks over, and he's powerful. And so when you put all that together, it's a recipe for, having a good start.
Is it kind of, you look at the guy and you wouldn't think he would skate that fast, but he seems like he's really quick on his skates.
He is, but, and again, that's, a lot of people don't see how, he as well as a lot of our other players invest in themselves. And, man, he's a worker in the weight room. He's a guy that wants to be, I think he was that guy growing up that never got a lot of accolades or a lot of attention. And he's out to prove people that he can play, and he's doing a good job.
Are you concerned at all, like middle period, you guys had a little bit rough on the face-offs?
Yeah.
Led to a couple goals.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We got killed in the face-offs in the second period. And, they're a strong team. When you got Morton and Eisel and a lot of those guys that are big, heavy, older guys, when you start with a puck and you get free looks, then you're hemmed in your zone a little bit. Winning draws are a big, big deal, and we've usually been good at that. But especially in the second period when you can't get guys off the ice, right? It's a long line change. You got to make sure that you try to win some of those, and then we took a few icings as well. And again, we got to be a little bit sharper. We got a little loose, but I'm glad our third period was strong.
Brad, I'm not sure what the final numbers were, but you were in double-digit shot blocks early in the second period already. It feels like this team has a knack for that. Has that been kind of a special point of emphasis this season? What have you seen in that regard?
Well, Alex, 100%. Again, I hate to go back to our season last year, but at the end of the day, our start of the season last year was our D zone coverage and our play away from the puck in our end of the rink was a little bit loose. Like guys wanting to do the right thing for a teammate. Blocking shots is a big deal. And, I can even remember in the second period, Jake Livanovich, he gets on a rush, he gets hit with a shot, and then he turns around, spins around, gets in front of a shot again. In a matter of 2 or 3 seconds, he has 2 blocks. And I could go on and on with the rest of our team. That's what you have to do. And I know we're kind of paying for that right now with some of the other guys out of the lineup. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you what, having that mentality early in the season is going to build a foundation for hopefully success.
And last one, Person, again, another good night for him in goal. Just talk about what you've seen from him continuously through these first 5 games.
Yeah, he makes it. He's so calm. When they announce his name to come out to the blue line in the starting lineup, and he's just so calm and composed and in control. That's a big thing for me. That's reassuring as a coach, but I know for our players too, knowing that a guy, if things go sideways or they get an opportunity, he's there to shut the door. And guys are cheering. Even in the last 5 minutes of the game when it's 6-2, it's the comments on the bench. Hey, we're playing for Luddy. Let's make it easy on Luddy. Let's go right to the end and play for him. So that's a big deal.
They can only score if they fan on the shot before they get to him. That's the only way they'll be able to score on him this season.
Yeah, well, let's hope there's not a lot of looks here tomorrow.
Brad, one of the things you talked about before the season was the importance of winning these early non-conference games, a tough schedule, and being 5-1 at this point against some pretty good competition.
Yeah, you know what, and you go back to the teams we played, with Wisconsin and Army and Minnesota and now Mankato, like Minnesota-Mankato. These guys aren't going to lose a lot of games in their league. They're going to win a ton of games, and they're going to vie for a championship in there. And, again, it is a tough schedule, but it makes you sharper, and I think it makes you more alert too. And, it doesn't get any easier. But we're not getting ahead of that. We still have one more game to close out our homestand, and then we go on the road for a couple of weeks. So, again, guys have done a good job, but they're keeping things in front of them.